Smite, the only way you can kick a deity in the crotch and get away with it. Mythology and lore of Chernobog. His name translates into the Black God. He was worshipped as the god of bad fate by the Polybaian Slavs. Chernobog was the dark to Belobog's light. The Slavs believed in day and night as being represented by deities. In game, Chernobog is a high damage ADC, so early on in the game he needs a lot of carrying and support. I would say Chernobog comes alive when you start to get your fourth item online. Obviously it depends on how you build him. My preferred build is Leather Cowl to Transcendence into Ninja Tabi and then Wind Demon. Obviously by the time you've got your Wind Demon fully upgraded, you're starting to crit and also firing out your auto attacks very quickly. If the game is going well, my fifth item will be Fail Not, and then I'll move into Dominance. Lots of players actually rush Devourer's Gauntlet at the beginning to give you extra sustain, and obviously there's legitimate reasons to do that, but I just like the Transcendency power spike. And then what I tend to do is I will pick up Bloodforge maybe instead of my boots, depending on how it's going, if I need more sustain in all the fighting that's going on. If we're dominating, I will go to Deathbringer before Bloodforge though. And let's not forget upgrading Leather Cowl to Hunter's Cowl, and then just be stood at the back of your team fights picking up that big fat 25% attack speed aura. That's what I'm talking about. At that point, your critting autos are going 10 to the dozen. At the start of the game, I usually grab the 1, the 2, the 3, and then the 1 again before going into the ultimate. Obviously, the main attack for the Chernobog is 1, 2 straight away, and maximum damage, especially towards the end when you can 1, 2, and then just use really quick autos to finish the target off. Interesting thing about the dash of the Chernobog is it really is sometimes a get out of jail free card, especially fighting in the jungle. You're under pressure, fly straight into a wall, and then you've got 3 seconds before you then dash out of the wall and you're untargetable. In a team fight in the jungle, you disappearing into wall, the opposition are going to forget about you because of the amount of pressure that's going on. So it really is a good get out of free jail card. Into the wall, the opposition realise they can't hit you for 3 or 4 seconds. After turn and fight other people, you can then come out and then re-engage at the back of the team fight, which is where ideally you always want to be anyway. The ultimate on Chernobog is really strong. It's a global ultimate. You can literally come out from your Titan, go straight up in the air, and then target somebody at the other Titan. So it's really good for a global reach around the map. Excellent for getting to, let's say, the solo laner who needs support, who's just been ganked by the jungler and is kind of under pressure. You can drop in right on the jungler, literally 1, 2 auto, the jungler will be gone, and then you can both put pressure on the other solo laner. Also excellent for getting people who think they've escaped. That little rat of a jungler that keeps popping in, killing 2 people and escaping with a sliver of life. The amount of times I've dropped on them when they honestly think they've gone, they're out of reach of any form of Thanos chase. And then you fly in, drop behind them, especially if you've only got a sliver of health. 1, that'll be it. 1, 2 if they're starting to regain some of the health. But it allows you to put pressure on the entire map. The main pluses of Chernobog are his high attack speed, when you're built into obviously the attack speed as the build I use, and its single target damage. Now some of the cons that this god suffers with is high accuracy is needed. If you whiff a lot of your stuff, then his ability to drop damage is diminished incredibly. He's punishable. He really is punishable if you get yourselves out of position, but also, and critically, he's easily avoidable. The best Chernobog on the opposition team is one you can see, because his attacks are pretty much straightforward. They're going to come in a straight line. So if you know the god, you kind of know how to play around him. The most dangerous Chernobog is the one you don't see. The one that comes out of the shadows and kills you before you realise what is going on. It's like if there's another Chernobog in the team, in the opposition team, that you rarely see but seems to be getting a lot of kills, then that player knows how to play the character. It really is a god that needs to be in the shadows at the back of the team fights, you know, so everything else is getting focused, not him. You put pressure on him, you can hurt him quite badly, and he struggles. As Chernobog, I hate Arthur. I hate a good Arthur. One that will literally come through the team fights and just keep the pressure on you, so everything's about you avoiding him. Now, to be honest, it's Arthur. You know, everybody hates Arthur other than players that play Arthur, because the pressure that a well-built Arthur can keep on the entire opposition team is, you know, it's enough to make you want to cry. But yeah, so for me, Chernobog to be played at a high level needs to be Chernobog out of the shadows. As Chernobog, I love playing roamers. I love playing against a Loki that wants to come from around the sides and gank, mainly because of the ultimate. Your ultimate, when you have it fully ranked up, is pretty quick in its cooldown. It just allows you to spot which routes the Lokis are coming in from, and it really does help you inform the team what is happening. That's the end of my first Smite video. For any suggestions, please leave the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you later. Bye bye.
Your team has destroyed a middle enemy Phoenix.